backyard, and I have my friend and groovy chick, Devon Howard. Oh, hello, Devon.
Hi, Robert. Thanks for having me.
So happy to have you. Devon is the Director of Communication and Events at Live It Up Hillsborough Street, which is a nonprofit designed to enhance the Hillsborough Street experience, for lack of a better word. Tell us a little more in detail about the organization, please, Devon.
Love to. Our organization, we are a nonprofit. We're known as a municipal services district. Really, what that kind of means is we're like a homeowners association for businesses. So we take care of cleaning up the street, keeping it safe, working on projects and events, and trying to keep that area thriving. So we do a little bit of everything to try to make sure that Hillsborough Street is doing the best it can.
Well, I love it. I'm down there all the time. One of the things that I see, I think it's you guys, is the ambassadors who are down there directing and cleaning up, and they do such a charming job. That's under y'all's guidance, I believe.
It is. Our Clean and Safe ambassador team is just a phenomenal group of gentlemen who work so hard to keep Hillsborough Street looking its best, whether it means raking up leaves or getting snow off the ground, taking care of weeds, picking up trash, anything and everything. They've really kind of shifted some of their tasks during the current
No,
crisis.
yeah,
Um, One of the first things they did was pivot and make sure that they were regularly cleaning high touch areas, such
mm,
as the buttons at the crosswalks or the
right.
trash can handles or things like that. They also worry about the safety on our street. During normal times, when we have someone on night shift, you can actually call them if you feel unsafe and need a ride. They're also kind of our eyes and ears out there. They'll help jump your car. They'll get you a gas can if you run out of gas. Help you with your tire if that happens. But currently, they're really working hard to make sure that our district is safe, even though there are fewer people out there. Working with our merchants, doing safety checks on businesses that might be closed, and just in general keeping an eye on things so that our merchants and property owners, even if they can't be out there, our ambassadors are out there keeping eyes on things.
Right. Well, that's they do a great job, and they are charming fellows. Um,
Mhm.
and that's one of the more visible things that Live It Up Hillsborough does. What are some of the more invisible yet very tangible benefits y'all provide?
There's it feels like there's so many of those. Really, we have four people in our office.
Mhm.
We have our president and CEO, Jeff Murison, and he's really kind of obviously our leader, but he's the one that's really been there. He's been there since the beginning of our organization, which was 10 years ago. And he's the one that's made the connections with local officials, so city officials, university officials, city partners, to really make sure that we're fighting for what's best for our district and making sure that we're thriving. We also have a director of economic development who works with property owners,
Right.
people looking to find property to rent or to buy, contractors, real estate agents, to make sure that we're trying to get different businesses in, and make sure that everything is thriving. It's kind of that all boats rise together kind of idea. And then, as far as I'm concerned, I'm kind of a jack of all trades. I do our communications, marketing, events, and activation pieces. So that includes a lot.
Yes.
I'm happy to do it though. So that means social media, website maintenance, press releases, blog posts, newsletters, you name it, we do a little bit of it. We also do advertising for the street as a whole, um, through local partners and local outlets, so that people understand that Hillsborough Street isn't just a place that you pass through if you're
Right.
trying to get somewhere else. It's a place you can really come and find your niche and find exciting things to do, exciting things to eat, exciting things to try. And then from an events perspective, we actually help put on several different events throughout the year to try to bring people to the street, so that then hopefully they'll get a firsthand experience of, oh, look at all these cool things to do. We were actually supposed to have an event this past Saturday. It was our live and local Spring Fest. Obviously, for safety reasons, we were unable to host it. We are hoping that we'll be able to host it again in the future. Obviously, listening to all the health guidelines and things like that. But really, my job is to make other people understand what a fantastic place Hillsborough Street is and why they should come and support our businesses and our merchants.
Well, I met you at one of your local merchants, so you are certainly out on the street and talking to them, and you've been a great resource for us. So, as a state alum and hasn't left the 3 mile radius of the NC State Bell Tower, I want to tip my hat. You guys are doing such a good job, and
Thank you.
where it seems to me there were years where that's exactly what Hillsborough Street was. It was a pass through. You know, you may stop for your favorite shop, but and now I ride my bike down there 2 or 3 days a week, and it's just a joy. I was dubious about the roundabouts, but
You aren't the only one.
in my opinion, they've worked, and it is flowing much better than it did 10 years ago. So, so thank you. You're doing great work.
Thank
My
you.
home street almost. How are y'all adapting to the quarantine? Are you doing anything special for your merchants and property owners on the street?
We're trying to support them in almost any way we possibly can because we know what a difficult time this is, especially for our small businesses. They work hard every day, and with the university being pretty empty right now
Right.
because of the crisis, that does take a lot of the normal flow from our street. So just trying to support them however we can. We talked about the ambassadors doing safety checks and still trying to keep the street clean, and safe, so that when people do use the curbside pickup options or they're trying to get their exercise and they're coming down the street, that it is a safe place to do that. On the other hand, we are constantly in contact with city officials, with the university, with our local partners, very much so with Shop Local Raleigh and other organizations similar to that, just trying to make sure that we're all working together because so many of our organizations have smaller staffs, but together we can
Right.
really try to make a difference. Trying to find out what resources are available for our merchants. Um, I'm doing a lot of newsletters, trying to call our merchants. Really, we're still trying to continue delivering all of our normal everyday services, but trying to add in new things and pivot on some things to make sure we're really fitting the current situation.
Right. Well, another thing y'all done very good job with is that communication. You had your annual meeting just before all this hit, and I was surprised at the number of layers and how y'all really do function as just one of many players on Hillsborough Street. So
Thank you.
y'all do a lot of good work, and um, I say that because some of our very favorite local businesses are there on Hillsborough Street. So can I give a shout out
Yes,
to some of my favorites?
absolutely.
All right. First of all, Rusty at the Green Monkey has not closed. He
No.
has fought, and he is online every day, and he's communicative, and anything else, he is even more so a part of that Hillsborough Street community. Um,
Absolutely. We love the Green Monkey. We love Rusty. We're so proud to have them on our street. Watching how they've pivoted as even if I didn't know them, just as a communications professional, an events professional, to see what they've done to try to adapt to this situation. Obviously, it's not perfect. Obviously, it's not where they were, but they've done the absolute best that they can. And seeing their virtual shopping hours every day, watching virtual bingo, I mean, it's
yeah.
such a fantastic way that they've pivoted, and I couldn't be prouder of how they've done that.
online Easter egg hunt.
Yes.
And they've not only done it for themselves, they've been on countless calls like this,
Yeah,
sharing it with their friends and others. So real true leadership coming right out of the Green Monkey.
absolutely.
I greatly miss Minori at Psychologic. I'm
Yeah.
fixing my bike right now, and it's scabbed together with bubble gum and rubber bands. And Lucky Tree is one of my favorite local coffee shops. So really, really miss these guys. And
Yeah. Well, Lucky Tree, you can still get your favorite treats from. They are open for carry out.
I will take my order as soon as we hang up. For
Yes.
local coffee. I mean, Lord have mercy. Um,
Yes. Several of our local coffee shops are still open and doing carry out or call ahead and curbside pickup. And they're really trying to adapt to this current situation. So you can still get your caffeine fix at a lot of places on Hillsborough Street.
um, I have been to Liquid State.
Mhm.
What about Jasmine's? They're a local hero. I mean, they are local family made great. I mean, they're really
Yes.
such a success story of what they've done.
They really are, and they are still open. They're doing carry out. They actually have a gift a meal program. It was going on last week. I believe it's still going on. I encourage everyone to check out their website. But the gift a meal program is you can actually go on their website and purchase a meal for a local healthcare worker that's working on the front lines.
That's awesome.
Uh,
That'll be my second call.
Yes. And they also, if while you're on there and you want to feed your family, they do have a new family deal going on. It's a great rate, and you get a full meal to feed a family of four. Um, it's a limited menu on the family deal, but you've
Well,
got a couple options that you can pick from, and it's a great way to support a local business um, and not have to worry about doing dinner that night.
and cleanup's a snap.
Exactly.
Well, those, and we have a few other favorites. Is there anyone you would that I missed that you would like to mention, or anybody
Oh,
in particular work there?
there are so many of our businesses that are working so hard every day to keep bringing that Hillsborough Street experience to everyone. Some of our other small businesses that are working hard are Redline Beer and Wine.
Mhm.
They actually do delivery for beer and wine. So if anybody is in need of that, you can go ahead and check out their website or their social media. Chaw House, which is one of our newer merchants on the street, they opened right around Thanksgiving. They do boba tea. Um, One of their big sellers is also I'm going to get this wrong, but I think it's a Taiwanese chicken and waffle combo.
Ooh, nice.
But they are open for pickup, for curbside pickup,
Yeah.
takeout, and I think they're on a couple third party delivery platforms.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that, but I think they are. Um, so they've been doing an awesome job. You already mentioned Lucky Tree, which they have a pay it forward program where you can actually purchase a coffee for a frontline worker. Um, there's there's just so many of them that that I can't get to all of them. But if anybody's interested in what businesses are open, you can visit our website. It's hillsboroughstreet.org. We've created a special page that has our most up to date information on who's open, how they're open, and how you can support them, whether it's grabbing a meal, for pickup, and you can do curbside pickup. The city was great in installing some temporary curbside pickup zones, so you don't have to pay for parking.
Nice.
And most of our restaurants have come up with systems that they'll bring it to your car. You can figure out if you want to buy a gift card. Gift cards are a fantastic way to support these businesses now, and it's kind of that way to remind yourself, I'm going to have something to look forward to when we get through this. Um,
I have a list of my gift cards going, okay, that's day one, that's day two, that's day three.
That's a fantastic way to do it. You've got to have your like, okay, here are my goals list.
Yeah.
We're going to get here and here and here. So going to our website is a fantastic way to check out if your favorite is open and how they're open. And if they aren't, maybe you find a new favorite to support and supporting a lot of our small businesses.
Well, Devon, I'm so grateful to have met you and cannot begin to thank you for all the things that you and Live It Up Hillsborough Street does for our small local brethren on Hillsborough Street and for my hometown and the main thoroughfare of my university is just phenomenal. Y'all done a great job. Thank you for sharing some of your time with us today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. And we welcome everyone to Hillsborough Street, whether it's virtually or to grab dinner, and we'll be there to welcome you back when the crisis passes.
You heard it, Raleigh. Hillsborough Street, the main drag, small businesses, all that and more are on Hillsborough Street and right here in your backyard. Devin, wave them off. Thank you.
Thank y'all. Have a good one.
You too. Bye bye.